As a mom, do you ever feel like there's not enough time in the day to take care of yourself? As a mother of a very active and sometimes a little bit clingy 1.5-year-old, it can be hard to make time for myself. I'm going to show you how to get your makeup done in 5 minutes so that way you can take that first step to a little bit of self-care. I always feel more confident whenever I have a little bit of makeup on, so the first thing that I always do is get my eyebrows filled in. So I just take brow gel and a brow pen. And I go ahead, just put some on, brush them up, and I'm just going to take a pen. If it's a day where I'm just staying at home, hanging out, not going anywhere, and if by something a little bit more clingy than normal, this is pretty much all I'm going to do. It takes less than a minute. It gets me feeling more confident about myself. But if he allows it, I'll go ahead and add on some cream products. I'll just throw on some primer. And then I'll take my fingers and blend it into my skin. I'll go in with some foundation just to even out my skin tone. And at this point, if my son is ever with me and he's kind of getting fussy or he wants any attention, I'll just go ahead and give him a brush, or I'll give him something that isn't easily breakable, and I'll let him play with it. And sometimes he'll end up even putting his makeup or my makeup on me. So it's good for us, and it keeps him busy and distracted, and it gives me that quick time that I need in order to just get my makeup on quick and get out the door. After I put on my foundation, I'll just go ahead and put some blush on. 2 little taps, and then I'll move on to bronzer, and I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll go ahead and blend that as well. I think that the key to making sure that my son stays really entertained is I make sure to give him things that I'm not going to use, because if I go back and I ask him for those things, he'll normally throw a really big fit, and then my 5-minute makeup routine turns into like 20 because I'm just trying to get him to calm down and give me what I need. But I do have some things that I really don't use on days like this where I'm not going to be getting ready for anything super fancy. So I find that it's pretty beneficial just to give him something that I'm not going to use and something that he'll entertain himself with. So next I'm going to add on some powder blush and bronzer, just because I have really oily skin and I like to make sure that I'm not super oily, especially living out here in Arizona. I get very hot very easily and a little sweaty, so I like to make sure that I have everything powdered so that way I'm not glistening like how I am right now. Another thing that I'll do if I'm trying to get like really ready and I need a little bit more time to do my makeup is I'm in the bathroom right now and I can see the bedroom from right here. So I can put my son on a movie and give him some snacks and some water, and normally that'll entertain him while I get finished getting ready. So that would be a really good option for someone who has a child that maybe doesn't like to play around with brushes and that kind of a thing. I'll just finish everything with some powder. I'm just going to take my powder that's pressed and put it on the areas of my face that I didn't put that powder, blush, or bronzer. And this is just going to make sure that the rest of my face doesn't end up getting too oily. And it makes me feel a lot better because I prefer a matte face, especially because I'm naturally oily a little bit more. Here's my face. It took me less than 5 minutes. And I was able to get everything that I needed done with my imaginary 1.5-year-old next to me. This is something that I do pretty much every single day. So I already have my routine. I know what works for me. I know what works for my child. Doing something as simple as a 5-minute makeup routine can make a huge difference in my functioning and my awareness. It just gives me that little boost of confidence that I need, and even just a small reset so that way I can make sure that I'm performing my best for my son. And that's all I have to say about that. Just kidding. Do yourself a favor and give yourself the time that you need to take care of yourself, even if it's not makeup. Taking 5 minutes to meditate, taking a few minutes to draw yourself a nice bath, read a book, whatever it is that helps you relax, make sure that you do it because it's essential for you to take care of yourself in order to take care of others.